Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamunatira Banachari. Yamunatira Banachariya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihariya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nasta Prayesha Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Atakatanchit Skavanachut Patana Jimbana Duravastana Dishu Vivashanam Naksmadanaya Jwaramanana Dashayam Apisakala Kashmala Nidasanani Tabaguna Kutanama Deyani Vachana Gochadani Bhavantu.
12. Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th Canto, Chapter 3, Text 12. Please repeat. Translation word by word. Ata, still. Katanchit, somehow or other. Skalana, stumbling. Chut, hunger. Patana, falling down. Jrimbana, yawning. Duravastana, because of being placed in an undesirable position. Adishu, and so on. Vivashanam, unable. Naha, of ourselves. Smaranaya, to remember. Jwara Marana Dashayam, in the case of having a high fever at the time of death. Api also Sakala, all Kashmala, sins, Nirasanani, which can dispel, Taba, your, Guna, attributes, Krita, activities, Namadhyayani, names, Bachanagocharani, possible to be uttered, Bhavantu, let them become. Translation. Dear Lord, we may not be able to remember your name, form and qualities due to stumbling, hunger, falling down, yawning, or being in a miserable diseased condition. At the time of death, when there is a high fever. We therefore pray unto you, O Lord, for you are very affectionate to your devotees. Please help us remember you and utter your holy names, attributes and activities, which can dispel all the reactions of our sinful lives. Purport. The real success in life is Anta Narayana Smriti, remembering the holy name, attributes, activities, and form of the Lord at the time of death. Although we may be engaged in the Lord's devotional service in the temple, material conditions are so tough and inevitable that we may forget the Lord at the time of death due to a diseased condition or mental derangement. Therefore, we should pray to the Lord to be able to remember His lotus feet without fail at the time of death, when we are in such a precarious condition. In this regard, one may also see Srimad Bhagavatam 6, 2, 9, 10, and 14, 15. You can check it now or later as you like. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble respectful obeisances unto him. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Very nice. So, the sages are praying to the Lord, and they are very conscious that sooner or later they are gonna give up their bodies, they are gonna have to die. So they're praying that now we having your darshan, we can see you, we can remember you, sing your glories and remember your activities. But at the time of death, who knows what is going to happen? We may not be able to remember you because of our disease condition, when there is high fever and so many other problems. No? But since you are known as Bhakta Vatsala, you are very kind, affectionate to your devotees. So please, Lord, although we may be in such condition we can't remember you, please help us to remember your name, your form, your attributes. So that will dispel all reactions to our sinful lives. Actually, everybody in this material world is sinful. Voluntarily or involuntarily. Prabhupada said, even you're walking, you step on an ant, you're committing a sin. You're killing a living entity. So unwillingly you are committing sin. And we have to pay for that. But of course, if we surrender to Krishna, Krishna promised to give all protection to his devotees from all their sinful reaction. So at least devotees are very much aware of the danger of this material world, and at least they will never commit sinful activities knowingly or consciously. Prabhupada said one very important qualification of devotee, that he's very awakened, he's very careful, and avoid committing any sinful activities. That's one of the most important qualities of being a devotee. That doesn't want to displease the Guru and Krishna. So he's trying to always be very alert, because Maya is very powerful, very strong. But Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, what is that verse? No? Daivi esha gunamayi mamamaya duratyaya mam ivaye prapadyante mayametam tarantite. This divine energy of mine is very difficult to overcome. But those who surrender unto me can cross over it easily. The example given that this material world is in an ocean of ignorance, difficult to surpass. Imagine somebody going to the beach and want to reach an island in the middle of the ocean, and he grabbed the tail of the dog. Okay, take me to the island there. Wishful thinking, it's not going to happen. Or even you think you are a very good swimmer, you're going to swim up to there. How long can you resist the waves in the middle of the ocean? You will get tired eventually. So it's not by our own effort, it's not by our mental speculation. No, it's by the mercy of Krishna and his pure devotees that we can cross over this insurmountable ocean of ignorance. Like in Bhagavata, Krishna said, one can be the greatest sinner, but if he climb on that boat of transcendental knowledge, he can traverse the ocean of nescience. So, and what is the proof that one has transcendental knowledge? Theoretically, you may have a lot of knowledge, but how we know in practicality that we have actual knowledge? When temptation comes, we can say easily, no thank you, not interested. No? That's the proof. And also the devotee is alert not to allow himself or herself to be distracted with so many things, in the world. So many distractions. Everybody wants to be distracted, isn't? That's why the entertainment industry is very huge, multi-millions, billions of dollars practically speaking, because everybody is bored and need to be entertained, isn't? So it's a big business. To divert their attention from their problems. The same thing happened with drugs and alcohol or sex even. People want to forget their suffering by doing these things. They're thinking, I will be happy if I forget for the time being that I'm suffering. In older times, one of the chastisement for criminals was that the soldiers will take the criminal in a boat in the middle of a river or ocean, and they will grab from the hair and put him down, so he will be drowning. And as soon as he starts drowning, they take him off. Here, so happy. I'm breathing. But after a few seconds, they push him down again. And that way they continue doing up and down. So, but this few seconds we are up, we think, I can breathe, I'm happy. No, breathing is like a normal thing. But because you are suffering, you think it's great. So the same way, everybody is suffering in this material world. Old age, disease, death. So many things. And we still thinking we're happy. This reminds me of a story that a man is running for his life. Some tiger is chasing after him, and he climbed a tree, and he's hanging from a branch. Now, beneath him there is a river with a crocodile waiting for him to fall. And the tiger is waiting also for him to get down from the tree. But in that tree, above him there is a branch with the honeycomb. So some honey is dropping, and he's opening his mouth and drinking honey. Oh, so sweet, so nice honey. I'm enjoying. You can die any moment now. It's such the illusion of this material life. You think you're enjoying, and there's danger at every step. Padam padam yapi padam nate sham. Every step there is danger. That we are so foolish. We think, oh, I'm enjoying the honey. That's foolishness. Isn't it? There are so many foolish people in this world. If you give them a good advice, they get angry. Once a foolish man was on a branch of a tree, and he was cutting the branch, with a machete. And one man passing through, stop, you're going to fall with the branch. Come on, nonsense, He kept cutting, and he fell along with the branch, So he went to the man, oh, you're an astrologer, please tell me my future. You know what's going to happen, This reminds me, many years ago, I think it was 94, I was living in Los Angeles Temple, and I was asked to give the Sunday Feast lecture. So in the lecture I said, and this material world is full of danger. Every step there is danger. Who knows, maybe tomorrow we can have a big earthquake. And next day there was a big earthquake. 94, It happened at 4:30 in the morning at Mongol Arti time, where we are paying obeisance to the deities. You was there. And we were going to pay obeisance to Lord Jagannath, the last altar. And suddenly start trembling all over. There were some onyx pillars there, and they fell, making a big, big noise, If we were paying obeisance to Jagannath, they would have fallen on our head, killed us, sure. And if the earthquake was a little earlier, a couple of minutes earlier, the deities will not be safe, because devotees in the front, they jumped in the altar, helped the pujari to hold the deities. So, because of the time, there were no many cars on the highway, so one highway actually fell, and many things happened. A lot of destruction, but not so many lives lost. But I mean to say, after that, many Indian people came to me, oh, you know the future, please tell me what's going to happen to my life, You're a prophet. I didn't know anything, just, it was something just happened, casualty, Oh no, I don't think things that happen anyway. Whatever you think or say. This karma, And then, after that, we have so many difficulties. No gas, we have to cook with woods, and all things. That night, nobody slept in their home. Everyone took their tent out, and they were sleeping in the yard. I was the only one sleeping in the ashram. And the devotee were asking me, you was also there. You stay in the ashram? Hero, my hero. So they were asking us, why if you're not going to die, you're going to die wherever you are, Prabhupada was told also when he was in LA, Prabhupada, danger of earthquake, he said. Whatever may come, let come, Like once one reporter asked Prabhupada, what you will do if you see a bomb coming up on you? Prabhupada said, here is Krishna coming to take me with him. No fear. No fear of that. So that's what the sages are praying for, not to be afraid of that. To be able to remember the Supreme Lord, to be able to chant His holy name, to remember His beautiful form and activities. So, in that way, all reaction to past sinful life will be completely smashed, burned to ashes. So we shall be very careful and avoid committing any sinful activities. In Kali Yuga, there is no reaction for bad thoughts unless you do it. And if you have a spiritual thought, you get the benefit as if you have done them. So that's a special handicap, special mercy to the fallen souls of Kali Yuga. But if you keep thinking about something, you will end up doing it. So best thing, if you have a bad thought, just reject it and think of Krishna. No, I don't want any of this thing. I want only Krishna. So we have to be careful. Even we have to always see what our mind is thinking. We should not allow it to think any nonsense. It's like the example given is a man who has an unchaste wife. She may go with some other man, so he has to be vigilant. Where are you going? What time you're coming back? Be very, very vigilant, that she will not cheat on him. So the same, we have to be careful and not allow the mind full freedom. And the easiest way to control the mind actually is to chant humbly the holy name of Krishna. Trinadapi sunichena tarunirva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Lord Chaitanya advised to control the mind, to chant in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw in the street, being more tolerant than a tree, ready to offer all respect to others without expecting any respect in return. In such humble state of mind, one can always chant the holy name of the Lord. So why the example is given the straw on the street and not just the grass? The grass is also on the floor. Because if you step on the grass, humbly lower its head. But when you take your foot off, the grass starts rising its head again. So it's not a good example of humbleness. But the straw on the street, the wind blows one way or the other way. It doesn't resist. In the same way, to not resist to the instructions of Krishna and the spiritual master, that's actual humbleness. Actual humbleness, the humbleness of Hanuman, who burned Lanka. He wasn't asked to burn Lanka, but out of his desire to please the Lord, to serve the Lord, he did it, because there were demons kidnapping Sita Devi. So he thought, because they caught him doing those things, so they tied him up with a rope, and they brought him in front of Ravana. Oh, we got this monkey doing a lot of havoc, Okay, burn his tail. Put this tail in oil and burn it, And Hanuman, as soon as his tail get burned, he released himself from the ropes, and he was jumping every house, burning all the city was burned. And then he went to the ocean and put his tail there. He made his tail very long. He had mystic power, so. Yeah, he will not. Yes, you got the blessing not to feel any pain, although the tail is burning. He will not feel pain from it. This reminds me, many years ago, I had to go to the dentist, and I arrived at the dentist. Say, "Well, come some other day." Why? Because I run out of anesthetic. So I said, no, I traveled like 2 hours to come here. I'm sorry, I have to do it now. I have no other. They say, you will feel a pain. I said, no, doesn't matter, do it without anesthesia. Okay. But let me meditate first, I said. So I sat in the chair and I start to remember we have a beautiful painting of Radha and Krishna in our temple. And I thought of this beautiful painting. That's the first form of Krishna I saw for the first time, the story I told you the other day. So I've concentrated my mind on that beautiful picture of Radha and Krishna, and I told him, go on. And I started, and then he said, okay, we finished. I said, really, you finished? Yes, yes. I didn't feel anything. I said, but you were, I have to strain you because you were jumping in the seat, But I don't remember feeling the pain. So that means that the mind connects us to our body. If the mind is somewhere else, you will not notice much what will happen to your body. This reminds me of another experience. I had to go to surgery once, many years ago. And before going to surgery, I prayed to Krishna, please, even if I am under anesthetic, don't allow me to forget you, please. Because they sleep you, I have to sleep you. So, one devotee was with me, and he told me what happened after. After I came out of surgery, I still was under the influence of anesthesia, but started waking up a little bit. He said, I started talking too much, bubbling, talking. So the nurse told him, that's normal. Everyone who start coming out of anesthesia, they speak rubbish, But he decided to listen what I was saying, and I was giving Bhagavad Gita class. We are not the body, we are the soul. The soul is eternal. Surrender to Krishna. Life is short and full of miseries, And then they took me to a room, for a few days to recover. And I heard somebody chanting loudly the holy name, Hare Krishna, loudly. And I wake up, and I look around, and to my surprise, I woke myself chanting loudly. I was chanting unconsciously. I wasn't conscious fully, but half maybe. So I thought, wow, there is hope, There is hope. If Krishna, is so kind, merciful, we can remember him at the time of death, although it's a very difficult thing because there is a lot of pain, at the time of death and high fever and so many things. That's why King Kulashekara in his prayer to Krishna, beautiful prayer actually. I hear Prabhupada chanting so nicely, saying, Krishna tvadiya pada pankaja pada panjarantam adyaiva vishatu me manasa rajahamsa prana prayana samaye kapapata pitau kantavaro dhanavido smaranam kutaste. How you will chant it, Dravida? Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. So Lord Kulashekara is praying, my dear Lord, since now I'm young and have a strong mind, let me die now. Because allow my mind to be entangled in your beautiful lotus feet, the same way like swans. When swans are swimming in the lake, sometime they go for food underneath the water in this lotus steam. And sometimes their long neck get entangled in the steam of the lotus and they drown there. Happen. So the king is using this metaphor that allow my mind to be entangled in your beautiful lotus feet and remain there. Because I don't know at the time of death if my throat will be full of mucus, and I will not be able to pronounce your holy name. My mind will be disarranged, I may forget you, so please allow me now to die. But in the Varaha Purana it is said, the Lord promises his devotees that even my devotee at the time of death will not be able to remember me. I will appear in their mind and help them to remember me. Of course, that's for very surrendered and sincere devotees. No? So, any comments or questions?
Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Vijay too.
Maharaj, my humble obeisances, may I?
Please go ahead.
Maharaj, the quote from the purpose is, quote, therefore we should pray to the Lord to be able to remember his lotus feet without fail at the time of death, when we are in such a precarious condition, end quote. Maharaj, my question is it that this praying to the Lord, it is related to a specific prayer, or is it that the chanting of Hare Krishna includes praying for us to remember the Lord in the when dying?
Chanting Hare Krishna is the highest prayer, the most important prayer. Prabhupada explained the meaning of Hare Krishna. Oh my dear Lord, or energy of the Lord, please accept me again. Don't reject me. I have forgotten you for many lives, and now that I'm coming back to my senses, I'm remembering you. I'm accepting that I am your eternal servant. Please, Lord, accept me. Don't reject me. Engage me in your service. Beautiful prayer, not asking anything material, you know. People usually pray to God for material things, you know. 3 things mainly: wealth, health, and love. Mundane love, of course, not spiritual love. But these things are temporary, so people suffer because of attachment to these things. They come and go. Nothing is permanent in this world. So instead of putting our faith in material things to be happy, rather we should put our faith in the Supreme Lord and ask for His mercy and shelter, so we can be protected from this big illusion of this world. You know.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
I have a little story
Please
about
do.
anesthesia.
Please do.
It didn't occur to me, but I was at a japa retreat 10 years ago or so, and this lady who is quite famous, Narayani, who teaches Srimad Bhagavatam and the VIHE, she'd been there for years.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah. And she told this story about the holy name. How she had an operation. She had to go to Delhi, and they put her under, but they gave her too much anesthesia, which they told her later. So she's under, and she's completely unconscious. They can't wake her up, you know. She's not waking up. I don't know how many days. But anyway, so she's, but in that situation, she was aware of like a black void or something. And then the name, actual Krishna, printed out, Krshna, came into her vision and stayed there.
Whoa.
And she, from that, she had some remembrance, and she was repeating the name while she's under, you know, not audibly.
Wonderful.
And then eventually she came out of it, of course, and she felt that the holy name had saved her from complete.
Nice, wonderful story. Thank you.
But that was the gist of it.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for class, Maharaj. Yes, I have a question. This is in regards to one of the verses in related to the Vedic cosmology in the Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Maharaj, I was wondering if you could please, I guess, settle the matter. Prabhupada made it very clear that the earth, he says the earth is like round like a ball.
Yes, he said that.
Yes. And we also see, for example, in the painting of Varaha, if I'm not mistaken, he was in communication with Shamarani Devi, who painted that, and it shows the earth as a globe.
Yes.
Yes. And
that's under Prabhupada's instruction.
Under Prabhupada's instruction, right?
It's a globe, yes.
Yes.
And the Bhagavatam say the word gola. Gola means round shaped. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes. In the Bhagavatam 5.16.5, it mentions that it is round like the leaf of a lotus flower. Perhaps you could please clarify the matter. I mean, in the painting of Varaha, it looks like a ball. I guess it's perhaps
round shaped, yes.
Round shaped.
So, what is the problem?
So is
some
it
devotees think that the earth is flat, but the Bhagavatam say it is round shaped, like a globe. Prabhupada used the word globe. So that means, I mean, look at the sky. All the planets are round shaped, isn't it? You can use a telescope and see all of them are round shaped, like a ball. So why the planet Earth has to be different? Doesn't make sense. You see the moon is round shaped. Mm-hmm. All the planet universe round shaped. Why the Earth has to be any different? Doesn't make sense. And the Bhagavatam Prabhupada said that when the sage, what is his name? He married Devahuti. Kardama Muni showed his wife the and it is mentioned there that they were round shaped. And Prabhupada on the purpose said all planets are round shaped. All planets include Earth planet. So we accept, the Vedas and Prabhupada what said about the Earth planet. But I know many devotees have this theory, that we are being lied by the NASA and it is not round shape, it is flat, and so many nonsense things,
I was talking to one of these persons that were promoting this.
Yeah, there are many devotees promoting this idea.
So I asked them, if the planet is flat, then eventually you're going to go and
there is a border,
and there's going to be a drop.
Take a picture of that.
He said, no, just goes infinitely.
Really? No end.
Nice
Unlimited planet. Unlimited planet. Such nonsense. The other day I saw on Facebook the website of those people. They're not devoted, but they have this idea of flat Earth. And our theory of flat Earth is going around the globe. They said around the world. Anyway, they're contradicting themselves by saying that. Anyway. Because according to the Bhagavatam 5th canto, it is like this shaped. Because the demigod, from their position, they see Earth like that. Understand? It's not from our vision, it's from their vision. So they see it in a certain way, like a disc. But that's because they see it from their planets. I hope that can explain the apparent contradiction about the Earth planet.
Right. Well, I guess, Bhagavatam could be very clear in saying that it's round like a ball. It says it's like the leaf of a lotus flower. So
leaf of a lotus flower is not even completely round, but I mean,
right.
It is. But it's just a metaphor. It's a comparison. It's not. Doesn't need to be flat like a leaf. The shape is round. That's what it means. But, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Even the universe has the shape of an egg. Yeah. So anyway, but we have other statements that clearly say it is a globe, round shape like a globe. So.
Yeah, I mean, for example, I think I was just in the lobby. There's on the cover of Srimad Bhagavatam, you have the lotus flower with Krishna and Radharani there.
Yeah.
But on the, I guess on the Varaha painting where Prabhupada gave detailed instructions on all the paintings that were done. And there's clear description in Bhagavatam. I just don't see how the description in Bhagavatam matches the painting there.
Why? What is the painting showing? What is the painting showing? The globe.
Yeah, Varaha lifting up the earth globe from the water. Yeah.
Yeah, it is round shaped. And the Bhagavatam says it is a round shaped gola. Gola means round shaped, like a globe. So where is the contradiction in the painting and what the Bhagavatam said? I see no contradiction.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen some very old painting of Varaha holding the earth planet and doesn't look round shaped, looks like a hill, like a mountain or something. That's the artistic licenses that some artists may take, but...
Okay. I mean, Bhagavatam says it's 800,000 miles, the breadth. So we also believe that it's 800,000 miles, the breadth of Bhumandala.
Okay, fine. I mean, Prabhupada said all planets are called Dvipa, an island, because they're floating in the space, so they're like an island. But you don't see an island round shape. But it's just, we have to understand, we can't twist word to find, and even in the Middle Ages, all the world believed that the earth was flat, isn't? And who discovered that the earth was round shaped? Was Christopher Columbus, because he went the other way, and he wanted to prove that the earth was round shaped by going to west and getting to the east. And he didn't prove that, but after him came another sailor. I don't remember his name. Was he Portuguese? And he did that. He went all the way to the west and ended up in Indonesia. So that proved without scientifically proved that the earth is round shaped. So there are proofs. It's not just some theory or something. It is proven. But India knew about that much before, 1,000 years before that in the Veda. Even in the year 1000 something, somebody was in the West criticizing India. Oh, they believe that the earth is round shaped, and everybody else believed it was flat. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Obviously, I have problems sometimes chanting. It's full 16 rounds. It's really hard being in the modern world for me, work and all this stuff. So I'm just wondering, what about all the other rounds that I'm chanting in the shower while I'm driving, right? Like, I know we're supposed to be chanting
as
all
much
the time.
as you can. As counting and without counting also. Is also taken into account. Taken into account. But those who promised at initiation to chant 16 rounds, they can't fail doing that. You have to do it no matter what. Even if you have to sleep very late, you have to finish. And if someday you wasn't able to finish, then you have to do it the next day. Because you promised. One has to be, serious about fulfilling promises. So, but anyway, you can chant as much as you can, It is valid. If you can chant 16, that's very good.
And do you find there's more power when you chant all in one as opposed to split it up during the day? Or
no, you can split it up during the day. That's no problem. The important thing is doing it. You can do in early morning the more you can, the most you can, and that makes easier to finish the rest during the day. But yes, you can split it up, no problem.
I had another experience too recently where, I was always, when is the round gonna be over, like that. And then now it's like, oh, it's over, like I'm finally becoming absorbed in that. So what is that?
That means you're developing taste for chanting. That's very good sign. Because Krishna and his name are spiritual, equally spiritual. So you are in touch with this, with Krishna, is the supreme spiritual being. So that's nice, good experience. Keep doing it.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. There. Huh? No. The American Vespuccio, he discovered more things, and that's why the continent was named after him, America. But there is, of course, North America, South America, Central America, Anyway, but after that, there was one Portuguese sailor. I can't remember his name. No, I can't remember his name. But he the one that did something that Columbus couldn't do it, and he kept going to the west all the way. From Chile, arrived in Chile and went on and on until he arrived in Indonesia, going all the way west. Yes. What is his name again? Vasco da Gama, yes. He's the one. He went around, Yeah. But he died on the way. His other inmates, they could reach Indonesia. He died on the way. He got sick. He died on the boat. Anyway, this is history. Yeah, it is round. It is round shaped. Yeah. That's true. It is round shaped. So the earth is round but not flat. Some may say, okay, it is round but flat. No, it is round and globe shaped. And the proof is that they went all the way and they came around the other way. So that is a proof. It's enough proof. If the earth wasn't globe-like, they would have ended and fell in the space, Understand? Anyway, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.